Hello, this is Catherine from Accelerated Reader Reading Books for You. Today, I will be reading Chapter 3 from Mark Vardy and the School of Ninjas by C.J.T. Wilkins. Before I begin reading, I would like to give a big thanks to the author for sending me this book to read on my channel. In the description below, I've included links for me to find and purchase this book. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Chapter 3. Mark followed the butler through a tall wooden door in the entrance hallway. It opened into a large hall with two long tables running the length of it, with benches either side. At the far end of the hall was a slightly raised platform on which there was another table that filled the width of the hall. This was clearly the high table where the teachers sat. The room was a mixture of gray stone and dark wood. Tall windows flooded the room with light through diamond panes that cast shimmering rainbows on the walls and glittered off a range of mounted weapons. Everything about this room spoke of history and quality. Mark was impressed. He wondered whether his mother would allow him to put some words on the wall in their dining room at home. Sat at the nearest end of the long tables were about 20 other boys and girls of around Mark's age. They were tucking into piles of sandwiches, crisps, cakes, and fruit, and drinking juice from crystal glasses poured from large crystal jugs. Each jug held different colored juice. One of the boys looked up at Mark. He had a very friendly face. "Hello, I'm Charlie. Why don't you sit with us? The food is brilliant." Mark turned to look up at the butler for permission, but he was already gone. Mark wondered how he had disappeared without him noticing, but his manners overrode his curiosity, and he smiled back at Charlie and extended his hand. "Mark Vardy, I'm going to be a police officer," he said. Charlie grinned. "Me too." He shuffled along the bench to make room for Mark. Mark sat down and helped himself to food from the large platters on the table, although his mother had packed him his favorite sandwiches, and it hadn't actually been that long ago that he had eaten them. He was already hungry again. He decided that any place that greeted him with lots of nice food must be a good place to be. More boys and girls gradually arrived in the hall and joined them. They were all a bit muted and overawed by their surroundings, and sat and ate politely. "These must be all the students on the selection course," said Charlie. "Do you think we will all get selected?" "I don't know," said Mark, "but I hope we are." "I'm sure I will be," said a pretty, golden-haired girl sitting opposite them. "My name's Pandora." "Why do you think you will be selected?" asked Charlie with friendly curiosity. "Because I'm good at everything and everyone loves me," Pandora pouted. "And I will sulk if they don't choose me. No one likes it when I sulk." Mark looked at her incredulously. He had never known anyone so spoiled. Charlie giggled. Before he could say more, a quiet, elegant-looking Chinese girl slipped in quietly and took a seat. She made a little bow to her companions at the table before putting a little food on her plate and pouring a glass of juice. "Hello, I am Mark, and this is Charlie and Pandora." Mark introduced everyone to the new girl. The girl gave a shy smile. "I am Lucy," she said. "My mother and grandmother work here, and I live here, but this time I am allowed on the selection course. She looked down and fidgeted with her hands in her lap. "What's up?" asked Charlie. Lucy gave a sad smile. "If I don't pass the selection course, I have to go away to an ordinary boarding school. I don't want to leave here." There was a loud sound as the butler reappeared and hit a large gong. All the children fell quiet, turned, and looked. Standing at the head of the tables was a tall, older man in a smart suit. "Good afternoon," he said. "I am Professor Ballard, the principal of this academy. I would like to welcome you all here today. I hope you enjoyed your snacks and left enough room for dinner tonight." He smiled, and there were a few students who grinned back at him. This is the beginning of a great opportunity for you. For some, it is the beginning of a great journey too. As you see, many have been invited. He paused. "Though few will be chosen." Another pause. "This is a competitive course. We only accept the very best to join our academy. We are looking for very specific qualities. At this stage, most of you will not even understand what these qualities are or why we value them. So you must try your best in every way. We want to see what you can do, what you can learn, and we want to see who you are." The students looked at each other. Some looked nervous. Some looked competitive. A couple looked almost smug because they were quite sure that they were what the academy was looking for. The professor continued. "Over the next few weeks, you will be taught the basic of martial arts. You will experience the foundation of what it's like to be a warrior. You will be tested and observed. However, you may be asked to leave at any time. You may choose to withdraw from the selection process at any time. Even if you reach the end of this course without voluntary withdrawal or being asked to leave, there is no guarantee that you will be selected." He paused again. "But if you are selected, you will receive a full scholarship to the academy, and you will have the opportunity to train at the school for at least the next 5 years. All your costs will be covered, so this would be at no cost to your family. All you will need to do is study, train, and become the best you can be." A sea of eager faces looked at him, excited now. He smiled. "Now run along, settle into your rooms, and explore the grounds for a couple of hours. Then wash your hands and report back here for dinner at 6 o'clock. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for Chapter 4. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In the description below, I've included links for me to find and purchase this book.